Thank you for joining us for this month's National Economic Outlook, written by local market monitor founder Ingo Windsor. Ingo is a graduate of MIT and Boston University, and he's not your typical economist. He has a knack for presenting complex facts in an easily understandable way. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ingo.
Thanks very much, Julie. Every month, we look at the latest economic data to see what they can tell us about real estate markets, where they are now, and where they might be headed. You make better investments when you have a better idea of the economic forces that affect supply and demand. This month, and probably all this year, we'll look at developments in the national and international economy and how they might affect real estate markets. Let's start with jobs, our best indicator of how the economy is doing right now. This chart shows the increase in jobs in the U.S. economy every month compared to the same month of the previous year. After a long period of readjustment from the loss of jobs during the pandemic, the annual increase in jobs now hovers around 1%. This is a pretty low rate of growth for a healthy economy, but the situation is even worse because the trend is clearly downward. Even without disruptions from current government policies, the economy isn't creating a lot of new jobs. As an aside, and really a topic for another day, it's worth considering that the relentless drive for efficiency, coupled with more and more sophisticated computer technologies, is eliminating the types of jobs that most people can perform. Just imagine for a second that self-driving vehicles become a practical reality in the near future, and that anyone who drives a car or truck for a living is out of work. But let's get back to today. Another reason to worry about the overall rate of growth, aside from the long-term downward trend, is that it's mainly being maintained by job growth in the large healthcare sector. As we'll see, this is the only sector of the economy that's doing well right now. One reason for slower growth, of course, is that interest rates remain high, even though inflation is now down around 2%. This is where government policies kick in, because in normal circumstances, rates would be coming down as inflation recedes. But the risk of renewed inflation due to economic disruptions will keep them high, even though this will continue to cut business investment. That's already evident in the construction sector, where job growth has been slowing. And especially in home construction, where contractors are being laid off. High interest rates aren't the main reason for job losses in the manufacturing sector, but they certainly discourage plans for expansion. The job situation in the retail sector remains unchanged. Like manufacturing, it's no longer a source of new jobs in the U.S. Restaurants still are a source of jobs, but after the large spate of rehiring, only at a very low rate. The big disappointment in the economy right now is the large business services sector, which provides services that every business needs, like lawyers, accountants, computer specialists, and receptionists. It's our best indicator of actual business activity, and it's been losing jobs for the past 2 years. Now we get to a sector that actually benefits from recent government actions. New jobs have been created in recent months in the finance sector. But they're not banking jobs. Jobs in commercial banking continue to be lost to computers. Instead, economic uncertainty is creating more jobs in currency and commodity trading and financial speculation. Note that aside from healthcare, all these sectors are either losing jobs or creating new ones at a very low level. That is the reality of the current economic situation, and also why investment markets are very worried about new government policies. The final sector we'll look at is government, where the period of post-pandemic rehiring is coming to an end, and we're back to the long-term average growth rate of about 1% per year. Most government jobs are at the state and local level, but there are 3 million federal government employees. Recent efforts to cut the federal workforce are already apparent in the data, even though it's not clear at what point jobs are officially declared eliminated. If all the announced cuts become reality, we'll probably see a much sharper deterioration. Whether or not a smaller federal workforce is a desirable goal, cutting jobs at a time when economic growth is already slowing is probably not a good idea. Finally, let's look at an indicator of world economic activity, the price of crude oil. It's been on a downward trend, and the futures market's expected to go down even further. That's the green bar, because less production and less transportation means less use of energy. As the world economy slows, the US economy will slow as well. That's the trend we're on right now. And a slowing economy, coupled with high interest rates, will probably lead to a fall in real estate values, including home prices. That's it. In this time of uncertainty, it's important for bankers and investors to stay on top of local economic and real estate developments. Local Market Monitor provides the data and analysis they need, with local market reports and investors' metro analysis. Thanks very much for following along. This is our National Economic Outlook. I'm Ingo Windsor.